Hello everyone, this is ChakaWhat here, and today I'm going to be presenting to you my top 10 unused Elder Scrolls NPCs. It's quite a bummer that none of these characters got used, as they would have added some pretty cool lore value or just be a fun part of their respective game. Up at number 10 I have chosen the Night Child from Oblivion. This Dunmer man was intended to be the child of the Night Mother, and would have appeared in her tomb aimlessly walking around for perhaps eternity. He is classed as an assassin and part of the Dark Brotherhood. Lore involving the Night Mother states that she bore 5 children and sacrificed them all to Sithis, and is also the latter's wife. Since the character is a Dunmer, this seems to suggest that the Night Mother herself is one, and this probably also means he was one of her sacrifices. 9. Mural from Skyrim. Like Oncano and Estormo, Mural was a Thalmor agent who was intended to have been part of the mission to infiltrate the College of Winterhold. It is unknown what part he was supposed to play. If spawned with console commands before the quest The Eye of Magnus, he will aid Oncano in his attack against the Dragonborn. 8. Hoki 7 Swords from Skyrim. Originally, Windhelm was intended to have an arena. Instead of simply going to jail, the Dragonborn would battle to death with other prisoners for freedom. The idea was scrapped, but the pit still does exist within the game, even though parts of it are untextured. Hoki would have been the pit's jailkeeper. She was unsympathetic and has no respect for the fighters of the pit. There was also going to have been an option to fight Elaine Dufont during the Dark Brotherhood quest Morning Never Comes, but that was scrapped along with the entire idea. Hoki was also going to have been a staunch Stormcloak supporter. 7. Grandfather Frost from Morrowind. Grandfather Frost was the original plan for Uncle Sweetshare. He is a Breton instead of a Nord and has a jolly beard. The reason he was scrapped is because he was actually too much like Santa Claus. Like Sweetshare, he has his own song, which I will now humiliate myself by singing for you. No melody. Hee hee ha ho, to the workshop we will go. The candy so sweet, a yummy winter treat. Sugar warmed by pale hearth light, happiness spreads throughout the night. Hee hee ha ho, to the workshop we go. Grandfather Frost is coming near to spread his candy and his cheer. Better than trinkets, better than toys, so say the little girls and boys. Hee hee ha ho, to the workshop we go. Candy, candy, he makes so much, using the grandfather's magic touch. So it's back to the workshop in the snow with lovely lanterns all aglow. Hee hee ha ho, hee 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 ha ha ho. 6. Bravia from Oblivion. A dark seducer part of the Shivering Isles DLC, Bravia was intended to play a part in the Lady of Paranoia quest. The Lady of Paranoia is a main quest tied with the quest Understanding Madness, where the hero of ChakaWhat helps Lady Syl, Duchess of Dementia, unearth a plot against her within Crucible. Since another dark seducer named Nelrine was involved in the conspiracy against Lady Syl, I think it's safe to speculate that maybe Bravia was a partner of hers, or it could be the exact opposite, and Bravia could have been an innocent party who didn't approve of Nelrine's actions, and possibly could have assisted the hero and Heridir in their investigation. 5. Curtis from Oblivion. This Redguard gentleman was a commoner who was meant to reside in the Imperial City. When asked about it, he would have replied, "The 9 say each of us is special, but that's just a lie. I don't mind, but it sounds stupid." When introducing himself, he also says, "I'm Curtis. I'm nobody special." He was involved with a scrapped quest in the Imperial City. From his dialogue, I'm really curious as to what the quest would have been. I suppose having the voice actor's tone of voice would help determine if it was more along the lines of Confidence Man, or if Curtis was more of a cynical person. I suppose we'll never know. 4. ChakaWhat from Daggerfall. ChakaWhat was a green dragon, and Nufalgo is familiar. He would have resided in Castle Shundungent in the Iliac Bay region.
Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea.
ChakaWhat has a sprite and a portrait created for him, but never appears in-game. Luckily, he was actually incorporated into the lore. Acting on Nufalgo's orders, it created an unnatural fog at the Battle of Cryngane Field to give her grandson, Gothrid, the tactical advantage. 3. Uglars from Skyrim. The Nork stronghold Nolzulbur in Eastermarch was at first supposed to have a quest involving Chief Maluka, and when he was a child he would hunt with a girl named Uglars who left the stronghold because she felt more at home in the forest. He sends the Dragonborn to find her and bring her back because as chief, he is the only orc allowed to marry and have children. Uglars would have been living in the woods. If the Dragonborn succeeded in bringing her back, she would say that she enjoys living with Maluka and enjoys teaching her daughter-in-law Urug how to hunt. I'm pretty sad that she was cut from the final game, as I feel the orc strongholds were underused. 2. Albin Corinna from Oblivion. Alright folks, I have a special surprise for you today. Albin Corinna in the flesh with me now. Albin, it's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So it appears you were cut from the game.
When? I didn't know that. How can this be?
Yes, it is truly a sorrowful thing.
That really pisses me off.
So since you were cut from Oblivion, I was wondering what is next for the great Albin Corinna.
Oh no! What do we do? I'm so scared.
Take it easy, Albin. You are on the air. We can skip this question if you'd like.
Okay, I feel normal.
Well, that's great. Even though you were cut from the game, you still did do some work on it. Do you mind telling me what it was like?
I can't recall. Ever-loving moments, like this moment with you.
Okay then. Fortunately, you did appear in the E3 demo in 2005.
Fabulous! That's great.
Unfortunately, your voice acting is rather subpar.
You are pissing me off. What next?
It's true. In fact, you were voiced by Todd Howard himself, and were only created as a demo character. You live now with a group of women in a region called Toddland in a test chamber. You're only good for some cheap laughs by overcurious fans like myself.
You are indeed a bastard.
Albin? Well, sorry folks. Albin just left. And for number 1, I have chosen Argy Farseer from Skyrim. Argy was intended to be the sister of Jarl Uldgard Ravencrone in Hjalmarch. She would have resided in a hut in the Stone Hills. Uldgard Ravencrone is, in my opinion, one of the greatest Jarls in Skyrim, and she also claims to have the ability to see into the future. It would appear that Argy would have shared this ability with her sister due to her name being Farseer. I think it definitely would have been interesting to see Ravencrone's relationship with her sister, and why Argy doesn't reside with her family in Morthal. I hope you've enjoyed my list and found it helpful, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye!
Do you believe in kissing honey? You bet I do. Well, I believe in kissing honey when the moon is new.